In righty-ho we trust. Hello, and welcome to our documentary. Today we will be talking about some of the hipsters of Melbourne. What is a hipster? We asked some of the best teachers at Melbourne High School, as well as some people in the city and some random students from schools we haven't heard of.
What the heck, I must confess, I love a road trip!
Hipster is a term used for a very trendy, young, urban people, usually between the age of 25 and 35.
I wouldn't know how to define the word hipster. It's something that's just occurred in the last 10 or 15 years, isn't it?
Hipster, oh my god, it's a trend, a worldwide trend in which many young population wants to be, different, and they want to read all things and want to eat organic food, but I think it's just a trend.
Hipster, all I know about hipsters is when I was in my teenage years, they were jeans called hipsters, but that's all I know about hipsters.
I guess people who deliberately go out of their way to not fit in.
A hipster is someone who knows how to think for himself.
Oh, hipster. Let's see, I live in the inner city and I see lots of hipsters. How would I define them? They're very cool, often men with beards, Ned Kelly beards, and they don't think they're actually hipsters, but they are. They're up with all the latest trends. They drink lots of coffee.
Well, I would think hipster is a pair of slacks that start at the hips and go down.
I think there's that stereotypical aspect of people who are just a little bit different and dress alternatively, and it's just been a little bit cool, but then everyone's all about the glasses and the hair and the beards and the shoes.
I can define the word hipster. I used to be a hipster. I have a son who's a hipster. I live in the northern suburbs where all the hipsters live, so I'm well aware of hipsters. Hipsters have beards, they have beanies, they're cool dudes.
It was then time to ask our interviewees one more question. On a scale of 1 to Gatly, how hipster are you?
Gatly.
In the middle, I'd be at 5.
Like a 3. Me? I guess 0.
I don't know, 0.
I never took up the hipster fashion, but I consider myself to be much cooler than hipsters were in the late 60s. And I'm still very cool.
6?
A 2 or 3.
I'm way too old to be a hipster.
2.
I'm probably more of a hippie than a hipster. But maybe a hipster is just a modern hippie.
I'm not here to judge myself.
I would say a 4 or 3. Yeah.
Probably about a 5.
I'm just below Gatly. I'm not as hipster as Gatly, obviously, but pretty hip anyway. I'm cool. Daddy-o.
Well, all these definitions have me asking one question. What the hell is a hipster? It is now time to consult the dictionary. According to the dictionary, a hipster is someone who follows the latest fashions and trends, especially those regarded as being out of the cultural mainstream. How about that? Now we just had to ask Mr. McComb one more question. What is Melbourne's HPC?
Hipsters per capita. Well, couldn't quote you a direct figure, but they're probably higher than most other places.
Well, now we know what a hipster is. Let's show you some hipsters. Here is an example of a hipster. Here is another example of a hipster. Oh my good lord, there's 3 of them. Oh look, it's Paul McCartney. This is Gatly. He is 8 out of 8 hipster. Oh look, it's Andrew Hansen, my favorite member of the Chaser. He is pretending to be a hipster for comedic value. Let's look at some hipster shops and places in Melbourne, while grooving to Mr. Edge's favorite band. This is the Little Mule Cafe, a coffee shop that would deny being hipster if it was asked, but we all know it is. They even repair people's single-speed bikes here. Aunt Maggie's flagship store sells organic foods. It is reasonably hipster. Some shops such as Typo or Grilled started off as hipster but became well known and are now mainstream shops. Isn't that incredible? Well, that brings us to the end of an amazing journey. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope it was educational. In Righty-Ho we trust.